and President Trump knows about it. The aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach the stage.
The United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years.
They say there's nothing going on, but we're going to shut down airspace anyway. I don't get it.
Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should.
Drones?
Well, you had said that you knew you thought the government knew what was happening with these drones over New Jersey. There were some by Bedminster.
I don't know. They're over Bedminster a lot. So
what happened?
I'm going to give you a report on drones about one day into the administration. Glenn was telling me today that in Virginia they have drones all over the place too, and nobody's reporting it. I don't know why they're not. Do you want to say something about that?
Just one quick comment, which is we are home to the
Why is no one reporting it?
In the world in Quantico, and we house a lot of the SEAL teams and have a huge national security infrastructure. And now for 2 years running, we have had drone incursion over secure airspace, and we still don't know why.
Is it dangerous?
Well, I can tell you this. While we were dealing with a terrorist attack in New Orleans, we had drones being flown over our nuclear reactors in Louisiana.
Wow.
And we brought that attention to the FAA. We've been asking the FAA to give these states the ability to mitigate these drones. And it's sitting on some bureaucrat's desk. And that's real.
I've never seen nothing like that. Not in my lifetime. Wow.
Tonight, you've heard the testimony about a secret government program to retrieve and reverse engineer UFOs.
Has the government conducted secret UAP crash retrieval programs, yes or no?
Yes.
Nobody knows. They don't want to talk about it. Go ahead, Governor. You want to say?
I was just going to say we have drones in Wyoming flying over our infrastructure as well. And it's incredibly frustrating that we not only have no way of knowing what it is, but nobody knows how to deal with them.
They don't want to talk
Why?
about it. And
Why is that the
nobody knows
case?
why. They don't want to talk about it. That could be us sending drones. I hope that's the case. Us doing it and doing research, and maybe they don't want to talk about it from that standpoint. I hope it's not an enemy, but we're going to find out on the 21st, the day after. You have to give me a little time for the inauguration.
That's
but
good.
Shortly thereafter, we'll give you a report.
That's
on it.
good.
We'll tell you exactly what it is. They know, and it's very strange that they aren't talking about it.
That we are being contacted, that civilizations have been visiting us for a very long time, that their appearance is bizarre from any kind of traditional materialistic Western point of view, that these visitors use the technologies of consciousness. They use toroids, they use co-rotating magnetic disks for their propulsion systems. That seems to be a common denominator of the UFO phenomenon, and how they can work, manipulate time and space locally so that they can have their own anti-gravity propulsion and their own field of energy.
Okay, I'm videoing this.
Flagrantes Deus, drones Deus.
Look!
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
And now, for the first time anywhere, a military veteran comes forward to say he was part of that program, with video to prove it.
My work has included the recovery of downed UAP of non-human origin.
Revealing how he retrieved alien craft.
What did you see? I saw an egg.
How it changed his life forever.
What we call a psionic component to the research and development of the UAP program.
And how he plans to do it again for the world to see.
The skies are not classified. Your conscience can't be redacted.
His account, corroborated by his colleagues, and his injuries sustained during these operations, confirmed by a Stanford professor.
My personal experience is that there's something here.
Will the truth set him free, or will it get him killed?
People have been murdered. That seems to be the case.
I got out of the car and glanced down to the arroyo there, and I saw this white-looking object. It was sort of a big egg shape, bigger than a car. Those are the exact bushes that were there, and the craft was sitting right in between them two. So I started down to see what it was, and then I heard this big boom in the bottom, and the fire came off the bottom. So I started running behind my police car to take cover. I could feel the heat off it because it's windy like now. And then it gradually pulled up about 20, 30 feet and stayed there for a while and then just took off.
Looked to my left, I seen this white object on the ground. So I thought it might be a car that had turned over. So I was the real big Harry going out there to investigate. Thought maybe somebody would be hurt. That time I saw this white egg-shaped looking object. It looked something like an egg, you mean? Yeah, from the distance I was, it looked like an egg to me. About the size of a car, I think someone said. Yes, sir, it looked like a car had turned over. That's why I say it's the size of a car.
Take a look at this stuff.
Like a gauntlet, yeah. And it had like a crystal type of display screen. Above that display screen were these hieroglyphic symbols that I started to see appear.
What?
Yeah. And not only did I see the symbols, but they were like changing to different symbols. So there was a movement to them as well. So they weren't just like static.
They were like dark red symbols. It was like, I describe it as a mix of Egyptian and Japanese. And they were just flipping from the bottom up really, really fast. Just flip, 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 paragraph, sentence. And it's hovering right in front of my wall, like above one of their heads.
Wow.
And one thing that I think is worth noting is that there was only one English symbol that was shown about 3 to 4 times. Everything else was these hieroglyphs.
And what was it?
DNA in capital letters.
We're in this rare opportunity in human history where it's very clear that we know that there are things flying in the sky that are unexplained and ununderstood. And that's another one of the things that I'm uniquely providing information on.
So what makes this guy special? Well, to date, everyone who's come forward has either described their own UAP encounter, like this famed 2015 incident recorded by F-16 aviators on the USS Roosevelt.
I have experienced advanced UAP firsthand, and I'm here to voice the concerns of more than 30 commercial aircrew and military veterans who have confided their similar encounters with me.
Others have alleged that there's a secret government UAP program that's been going on for decades. People like David Grush and Lou Elizondo. They say they've been told about it. They believe it exists, but they weren't a part of it themselves.
We've been recovering spacecraft, alien spacecraft. The United States has been involved in the recovery of objects, vehicles of unknown origin that are neither from our country or any other foreign country that we're aware of.
But Mr. Barber is different. He says that for years he was part of that covert program, working with alien spacecraft.
Look at it. It's just pulled that out of there. What the fuck? You see it?
Yeah, look at this stuff.
They joke about it in the same way that a lot of people joke about it. They're like, no, there are no flying saucers from Mars.
Right.
Well, of course, they're not from Mars. They're not from another planet. They're from here. They've always been here. These are spiritual entities. This is my view, and I sincerely believe it. Can't prove it. But since you asked, so he is, I've never heard Elon say that's not true.
Be dismissive.
That there's nothing there. He just said, look, we monitor space. That's what they do, right? And this is self-evident. If there have been so many sightings in this country and around the world that if they were from
space, we would know it.
Far, far away, there would be some satellite evidence of that. They'd be picked up coming into our atmosphere. And of course, that's not, as far as I know, true.
Well, we do have some photos. I mean, there's that one photo of the one, I can't remember. It's in the James Fox documentary. So there are some of those, apparently.
Coming through space in here.
And certainly I've been told there's a lot more. But yeah, I mean, there's also...
It would not surprise me, though. I mean, it's clear that these things reside, deep in the earth, under the water, and in the atmosphere. I do think all the puzzle pieces are sort of in plain sight.
Did you ask Putin about it?
I did not ask Putin about it. Wow. I would never have done it on air because I did ask him a bunch of questions off camera.
Okay.
About he has access to, of course, he controls the Soviet archives, which and the Soviet
Wow, he asked
archivists
Putin off camera.
And we know that from the, couple of, I'm interested in Soviet leadership and government and all that stuff. There have been a couple amazing books written. The Court of the Red Tsar being, I think, the greatest of them, about Stalin, for example. And one thing you learn from reading the book is they kept records on everything, almost like the Nazis, like crazy level records.
Mm-hmm.
And, most of them have never been disclosed. So I did have some questions for Putin about that, about Rudolf Hess specifically.
And what did he say?
Stories in history that doesn't make any sense at all.
What did he
the
say?
number 2 guy in Nazi Germany flying into Scotland in a plane by himself and bailing out. And one of the things he apparently said in his debriefs was he believed that Hitler was being influenced by demonic spirits that he had summoned through the occult. Huh? That's not worth knowing more about.
There's a lot of stuff on that.
There's a lot.
Wow.
There's a lot. But Hess said that. So I immediately asked Putin about that off camera. I didn't want to seem like a wacko having unauthorized questions, but I did ask him about that. He did not get a satisfactory answer, but I did not ask him about UFOs.
Dangling in a sling below the belly of a helicopter.
Let's slow this down to take a closer look. That's an egg-shaped UAP suspended from a 150-foot long line. We're told the craft is about 20 feet long. The egg suspended in a cradle. And look how careful the pilot is as they bring their precious cargo into land. Let's freeze frame here to look at one of the clearest images of a UAP ever taken. This is no blurry light in a distant sky. The source of the footage putting themselves at incredible risk to record this UAP retrieval. Look at how perfectly smooth the craft is. No markings at all, and no visible means of propulsion or way to see inside. Watch how it rolls, almost graceful as it hits the ground, despite being wrapped in the ropes and canvas from the cradle as it's dropped for pickup. The UAP's final destination still unknown.
Hi, Alison. Well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Chaim Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens, not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. Call them the Galactic Federation of Aliens. And he says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria. Well, the retired general says the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity isn't ready and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is.
What did it look like as you got closer to it?
Well, I got 100, 200 yards from it there, and I couldn't see nothing. There wasn't no shining or nothing, but as I went closer, I got almost within 100 feet before I saw anything.
Mm-hmm.
This is, when I took off, it was about 100 feet, and I couldn't see it. It was gone. I mean, but it looked like a wing tank to me at first. I seen them when I was in the service quite a bit, fuel tanks off these planes.
Yeah. So was it then kind of cigar-shaped as these tip tanks
No,
are?
it was more egg-shaped than anything. It was about 20 foot long, 15 or 16 foot wide, and about 4 foot deep.
How close did you get to it?
A couple inches. I was touching it for about 2 hours.
What did the surface look like it was made out of?
Oh, aluminum colored, whitish colored. It had a whitish cast to it, but it wasn't bright. It was shiny, but it wasn't real bright. It was just like a dish of some kind of cooking dish, really, about what it was.
You what, mate?
Yep.